Hello, everybody. I hope all of you are doing good. Welcome to my podcast, the monthly podcast that we do. We do a roundup of events, global on the India level, subcontinent level. We try to cover most of the topics, and let's see what we cover this time. And today, as we record, it is 6th of August 2024. So we are already in the Independence Month for India. So here's wishing everybody a happy Independence Day, which will be on the 15th of August 2024. 1947 is when we got our independence. So it's so lovely to connect with you guys again. So what do we have on our podcast this time? So I believe all of you all are aware there's been a lot of political unrest which has been going on across the globe in the last couple of weeks. So when we start with political unrest, we start with Bangladesh, our immediate neighbor. So there have been protests going on regarding quota. So as we talk, Sheikh Hasina has been asked, she has left Bangladesh and she is in India right now, and London is not giving her asylum now. So it is left to see. So the plight of minorities in Bangladesh is in question. So there's a lot of help being asked from India at this point in time. As we talk about political unrest, we talk about, of course, Israel, Palestine, Gaza, Hamas. So I believe everybody is aware what's going on that front. And recently, the Hamas leader was killed. So that is another unrest in the region, in the Arab region. In UK, there has been a lot of unrest as well upon the killing of girls in a there was a dance party and there was some attack which happened. So there were rumors that there was some Muslim asylum seeker who happened to attack those girls. And since then, London has been burning. I think it's been more than 15 days now. So there's a lot of unrest going on all across, and that is very disheartening to see. So this is on the political unrest part. Let's talk about elections. So there were elections in France, which of course was a hung parliament. So President Emmanuel Macron is still going on with his post. There was a Shanghai Cooperation Summit which happens every, for the South Asian nations. Earlier it was ASEAN. So India did not attend that summit at all. Back home in India, of course, the Anant Ambani and Radhika Ambani wedding finally came to an end. They were having pre-wedding celebrations, then there was another celebration, and then of course the final wedding came to an end on the 12th and the 13th of July 2024. So that's on the India front that we have. And so we will cover a little bit more about India. So when we talk about the wedding, so the Anant Ambani Radhika wedding was close to $250 million. I don't know how much that numbers will matter, but this is just for the record. Then Karnataka state in India has passed a first of its kind, a quota bill, where the locals of Karnataka who stayed in Karnataka, who speaks Kannada, they will be allotted jobs, 50% of non-management jobs and 75% non-management jobs. So this is one of its kind to be introduced in India. We are yet to see what will happen to the other states. In India, on the 23rd of July, we had the budget which was proposed by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman as well. So the budget takeaways can be discussed in detail, but of course she presented the budget, and the gist that I could carry from the budget is, they wanted to encourage private spending because private consumption is on an all-time low. Of course, because of various reasons, inflation and low salaries and So what I believe is the overall gist was to encourage people to spend. So there were a lot of reductions in taxes, and of course gold import duty has been reduced. So there are a lot of these steps which have been taken. So this was on the budget front. Telecom tariffs have been increased from this month, and I have stayed in Dubai and I know how expensive telephone calling is. So when I returned to India for goods, I was very amazed that India was operating at such low tariffs. But now, of course, the average revenue then, that is 2019, what average revenue per user that the telecom companies were making was around 119 rupees. So now with the increase in tariff, it will go to 300 rupees, which again is not much, but the Indian consumer believes it is too much. So we are yet to see on that part as well. Now when we talk about telecom tariffs, let's also talk about the gaming industry. So the gaming industry in India is supposed to grow to $9 billion. It is supposed to be that huge an industry in India. So anyways, India has such a huge consumption story, which even I have been selling since I have been into wealth management. So I think I've been selling the consumption story since 2005 now. So anyways, India has a lot of consumption power. So that is it with respect to the Indian, on the Indian front. And when we are covering India, let's also cover the Olympics. So Olympics are happening in Paris 2024. So we've got 41 delegates from India in Paris. We have a dedicated stand this time. So as we talk, Manu Bhaskar has already bagged a gold. So we are yet to see how many more people join the fray. It's such a pride moment for India, as always. Yeah. Also, when we are talking about India, so there was one more development with respect to portfolio management services. Earlier, PMS could be availed at very higher portfolio values, wherein you come in with a crore INR plus or more than that. So now they've been reduced to 10 lakhs. So that's what I believe, that they want to increase private consumption now. So those steps have also been taken for people to come and invest in the Indian stock markets as well. And PMS is of course discretionary, non-discretionary, so that can be, that may be discussed at the end of the consumer end. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the global events. So US is going for elections, and there have been debate talks between Trump and Biden, and Trump faced an assassination attempt. It was too brutal, but he survived the attempt. But that was really disheartening. Anybody's life is precious. So of course there are people who cite that there may be a lot of sympathy votes after that assassination attempt. So that remains to be seen. So there was Euro 2024 as well, the football games, and Spain won by beating England. We also had the Wimbledon games, and Alcaraz retains his title. Last year he had defeated Novak Djokovic, and even this year he retains his title. So that's on the global front, and I think more or less we've covered at least the gist of the whole thing. So with this, and on a very, very independent note, because it is Independence Day, so I take your leave, and for all viewers who are watching this, I wish a very, very happy Independence Day for people who are in India as well as abroad, all Indians. Enjoy your independence, be responsible, and try and make a difference to the society. Thank you so much for watching my podcast, and I will keep bringing a lot of more stuff. For all my other activities, you can always check the links in the description on my YouTube channel, and you will get a tour of what all I have done the whole month. Thank you so much for all your time. Without taking much of your time, take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye, and it's time to say bye. Bye.